Hey superstars, happy March. It's Magi Helena. I'm an internationally syndicated daily columnist. Read my Your Daily Astrology horoscopes in your local paper or search them online. Here's your monthly forecast for March 2024 for the Americas region using scientific multidimensional astrology. These days will shift slightly for the Europe, South Asia, and Australasia regions. Astrology that's accurate enough to work consistently is three-dimensional and uses 50 or more points. I've turned this complicated astrology into simple answers. If you don't want to dig through all the weeds yourself, get instant, actionable intel with my instant astrology goodies only on my website. So February was the worst month of 2024, basically a slog through a swamp without much light. March is definitely bringing us some March madness, and the March hare takes us down some real rabbit holes on March's darkest days. March is one of the more extreme months of 2024 and whiplashes us all over the place. Despite this, it's still a much better month than February. Daily average is plus 41 above zero because there are just more better days. However, the dark days of March are pretty dark. March opens with a nice strong day, but it isn't good enough to initiate something you want to last, since the progressions off the day aren't great. The best days of March for new beginnings are mid-month and at month end. These days have slightly lower star power scores than March 1st, but offer the opportunity to build something more lasting. Here's how to understand what is really important: the Sun and Earth, within the frameworks of their attached geometries, are the vehicle that drives the day. They are what carry and propel whatever you start on that day, whether it's in your personal life, career, whatever. Everything else, every non-Sun or Earth geometry or aspect is just luggage or baggage. Luggage, helpful aspects will help you along the way. Baggage, problem aspects will slow you down and can destroy the trip. The vehicle is the main thing, Sun or Earth. Most big things people do require a lot of planning. Shouldn't you consider the vehicle you're going to travel in? Why would you try to make a life-changing journey in a vehicle that won't run at all or has a fatal flaw? Why would anyone do that? The mid-month best days of March feature a vehicle with Sun enhancements across the dimensions from Neptune, Logos, Excalibur, and some of the most supercharged, massive midpoints. Earth is boosted by Jupiter, Uranus, and Mercury. A number of Chiron aspects added in makes these days vehicles which can take you to love, success, fame, and other cool destinations. The best days late in March support Sun with Excalibur, Maka, Venus, and more massive midpoints. Earth gets high-octane fuel from Logos, Athene, Excalibur, and Mars. These days, too, have the planetary alignments that can drive you to a wide variety of victories, including in career, athletics, and relationships. As always, if and only if, your personal cycles are supporting you equally. If you don't use your personal transits, you're just not going to unlock the real power of right timing. The two worst days in March are both very dark. Don't let anyone try to tell you these are good days. When there is just too much heartbreak or another kind of breakdown looming in a day, no real long-term progress is possible. Sooner or later, the wheels fall right off, right on schedule, as the bad progressions move toward exact. On the worst days, your personal cycles don't matter. Worst days are crash and burn days, no matter your personal stars. Now, maybe there are some very highly evolved beings here, powerful enough not to have the stars impact their outcomes. I'm certainly not there yet, and I've never met one. If you're not just flat out ignoring gravity and the other rules of 3D, then you're still right here with me. Recognizing what is not negative thinking. It's just reality. You manifest, you create, you build the 3D foundations of the things you want in 3D. This is where you have to start because this is where you incarnated. You have to ground your ladder in 3D to reach 3D goals. Not everyone has 3D goals, but if you like to eat and have shelter, then you have at least some 3D needs. 3D is not the ultimate reality, but we have to be able to juggle it successfully enough to be able to have time to consider galactic truth. And 3D can be a great place once you start bringing in your own harvest. Then you can help others bring in their harvests too. Want the outcome? Use the timing. Okay, back to March. Earth gets dragged down on this first worst day in the worst way by Lilith. While the goddess Lilith may be a powerful symbol against patriarchy, the asteroid Lilith 1181 is a force for hopelessness and negativity. Clashes from the Saturn-Sedna repression midpoint to both Sun and Earth, and a peaking nuclear clash with Earth, are what finally tows this day to the wrecking yard. On the only other worst day in March, poor Sun and Earth have almost no planetary support to fuel them, to help them go at all. But that isn't even really relevant. It's just somewhat unusual. What really always tanks worst days are worst stars, the stars that inevitably create worst outcomes. Instead of the glow-up that best days offer Sun and Earth, worst days slime them. On this worst day, garbage truck combos of unpredictable Varuna with Juno, Xanthus, and awful vampire midpoints suck out the lifeblood. There isn't even a coup de grace from a heartbreak or nuclear peak. This day doesn't need one. This ugly beater has no engine, no transmission, and no brakes. But without an obvious serial killer hanging out in the trunk, you might not realize this, and could waste a lot of time before you end up in the woods for the horror show finale. This is definitely another day to wait out. Remember, the key strategy for worst days is do nothing important. When you do nothing important, the rotten day can just pass you by with no bad after effects. Here's a short list of things to avoid on the very worst days. See a full list on my website. On worst days, please do not meet new people. Don't start new projects. Don't make major or installment purchases. Don't submit applications. Don't make big decisions. Don't sign documents. Don't forget for 1 minute that 2024 is a better year, and we will slowly, gradually see improved outcomes. But we have to be patient and let all that bad stuff unwind, and that can take a while. Get the current and upcoming month's best and worst days free on my website. Best and worst days are one of the 2 key ways to improve your odds in everything you do. They are also available for advanced purchase for 2024, specific to 4 regional time zones. See a coupon in the text below the video under More. And please come visit me on MagiHelena.com. Best timing creates best outcomes. Get intel on current or past relationships and get instant tools to manifest your dreams. Get there now. Text Astrology to 51555. We've got a few helpful windows in March if personal stars line up, and 2024 will be giving us a lot more. Stay tuned. Better years give everyone better odds of having the right timing windows to harness the real star power that is out there and available for all of us. Sending you so much love.